All right, the first of a bunch actually of store pick tries tonight. First of a good handful. This High West is 2020 or maybe 2021 wine and spirits pick, and it's finished for 10 months in Fume Blanc barrels. Which, since you asked the question, what the fuck is Fume Blanc?
I was about to ask.
It's a variation of like it's I don't know if it's a variation or it's super similar to a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
Similar flavor profile. There's nuances that are different. I'm not a wine specialist. I could ask my wine specialist and he would tell me what the differences are, but
My guess is that it's a more aromatic wine, just because
Yes.
it says Fume, like the name is Fume, so I'm assuming that it has something to do with aromatics.
it does a little bit, having tried this, but it's a very interesting nose.
It's not really strong either. Like I get some ethanol
And it's
burn.
weird because the American Prairie normally has a pretty strong, is pretty
Yeah.
bold.
This doesn't have a strong nose. Like I get a little bit of heat, and then like a faint like wine spirit note, but like it's not strong at all. There's almost no nose on it
No, there's really
whatsoever.
not a whole lot in this nose at all.
Yeah, it smells smooth. It smells like there's not much, like it smells uniform, I guess
Yeah.
is what I'm going for.
Yeah, like there's no. It's very well rounded. There's nothing to really pick out, but there's also not a whole lot to it.
Right. At
So
least on the nose, yeah.
yeah, let's dig into it because there's not much to analyze
Right.
here.
There's a lot of a palate. there.
That's really yeah. So
It's polar opposite.
initial hit, it's like really sweet with like white grape.
Yep, white
and
grape. It shifts to more of just like grape skin. As
Yeah,
opposed.
like green grape
You
skin.
get a little bit less of the sweet part of the grape. It shifts to like the
Mhm.
seed, the skin, and the.
And then you get a little bit of like the caramel toffee sweetness from the bourbon.
But knowing again how bold the American Prairie is, it mutes that a lot.
mm,
I don't want to
Like
say
knowing-
I don't want to say mutes it because you still get some of it. It just kind of like
well, it definitely toned down the heat too of the standard
Mhm.
Prairie bourbon. Like the standard Prairie is very. I don't want to say hot, but it is pretty hot. Like
Right.
it's got more bite than Maker's Mark has, which is
It says a
Surprise.
lot.
Yeah,
Because
that says a
Maker's
lot.
Mark has a lot of bite for being a weeder. Especially,
Yes.
Let alone any kind of whiskey.
yeah. But there's like some rye spice in the middle, so it transitions from that fruity caramel sweetness into some heat and spice and a little bit of bite, and then the finish
It's sort
isn't
of like
really there.
The way I kind of described it is it reminded me of like the Jameson Black Barrels finish, where just sort of dissipates across your mouth and then it's gone.
Yeah, it like spreads and
It's like-
disappears.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's not necessarily a bad thing either.
No,
I mean, if you want something with a Kentucky hug or a lot of heat or a strong finish, you probably will not like this too much.
yeah, this doesn't.
But that's at that point we're talking matter of taste versus
Yeah.
matter of quality because this definitely
No,
has
this
a lot going for it.
Well, yeah, this is a quality for sure. I'm not huge on High West, but I like this.
Right.
and-
I was gonna say the only High West that I'm really big on are the midwinters.
Yeah.
But those are a whole different beast, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And now that this has been sitting longer, it does still have a finish where it leaves behind like whole white grape. So like definitely still like the sweet fruit part. I get a lot of that on the finish.
Yeah, you're right.
Like the white grape is the only thing that really lingers. So obviously 10 months did this a good bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, because I mean, you can finish it for a pretty short amount of time and get a good bit from the barrel. That's
Yeah.
just kind of that's when it comes to finishing, that works.
Because yeah, there's still liquid left in the wood, and typically there's liquid left at the bottom of the barrel too. So like
Right.
that already gets mixed in.
So I was
and
going
then-
to say, there's probably quite literally a tiny bit of the actual wine that
Yes.
was in this to begin with, let alone what it got out of the barrel.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of barrel, this is sponsored by Barrel Ford.
I hate
No,
you.
it's not.
I hate you.
Barrel Ford, please sponsor me. I need money.
Barrel Ford, come sponsor my channel where I drive Hondas.
They sell pre-owned Hondas, I'm sure. Now, no one with a Honda.
No one with a Honda.
I
drives
just
for
want a
Ford.
Bronco. Can I please have a Bronco?
You get
Ford,
Bronco
please.
Sport.
Well, I want
Bronco
Sport.
we have at home.
No, I like that, but the Bronco we have at home is a Honda Element.
Rip.
Yeah, but
This is really good.
Before I derailed that,
This is
like it's a polar opposite of the blackened, where it's not so much of the darker fruit. It's a lot of a light fruit sweetness, but the sweetness dissipates and you actually get more spice and more.
Yeah, there's definitely more spice
something
in
beyond
this.
just like dark sweetness, like the blackened is.
I kind of want to say there's a little bit of like a coriander spice in this too, like the type of spice you would get in a Belgian beer. I don't know how much Belgian beer you've drank, but
too, because
this is reminding me more and more of like a Belgian triple.
No, I definitely get that.
And I don't know where they got their Fume Blanc barrels from, but I mean it's a French style of wine. Like obviously there's Fume Blancs that are made in California and stuff like that. I would think that that's where it comes from. At least these barrels being based in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
But if they use actual French barrels, that could make sense. Because especially climate-wise, that's going to be a lot closer to what you get with the ingredients when you make it in Belgium. Why are you playing with one of the thick boy in your skirts?
It's very, like, mechanically pleasing.
So they called me in high school.
I hate my brain because I glanced over and I thought you were holding a little bullet vibrator.
I thought it was a dog dick. Alright, let's stop this here. This is really fucking good.